So, hello, welcome along to the stream, boys and girls. Spag and I have managed to get airborne in the Mad Dog. The Mad Dog has been desperately trying to kill us both. Say hello, Spag.
G'day.
Let's see if we can get further than we did in the last flight. We're doing quite well. We're coming up on top of climb, aren't we? Well into the climb. Just past flight number 200.
And during my spare time, I've been writing it. Will?
I think he's also been writing out a request for a new co-pilot. I've got my parachute strapped on my back just in case.
Yes, and my ejector seat has been armed.
You never know what's going to happen in this Mad Dog. She's doing her best to try and kill us both. Let's see how far we can get this time.
I think it's the Laminar update that's been trying to kill us.
It's a bit of a weird one. Couldn't say for sure what it is, but as I say, we're under autopilot control. I'm actually the pilot in command at the moment, but Spags is just as much in... Shall we space back? Spags is just as much to blame as I will be if anything goes wrong.
Speak for yourself.
So a little outside view. Many outside views today. It's a great little still takes
And here's some information for those who are watching it. QantasLink, which is part of Qantas organisation, have never operated the MD80. So this is really fictitious. And in fact, we've never operated the MD80 at all, to my knowledge.
Did it never make it down there?
No.
Wow. Interesting information. Bit of a shame, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of their regional aircraft, I think they run the Fokker. I'm not quite sure the model. Is it Fokker 150 or something like that?
Yeah.
And also the Boeing 717, I think they've run. And I think even Virgin may have a Boeing 717. That's just for regional flights. This particular run we're doing now between Dubai and Brisbane, they do operate 737s and Airbuses along this route. Most of the runways are capable of taking that type of aircraft.
Just having a few cabin views for viewers. Another thing, what might have been causing the issues for the smart co-pilot is the fact that because I'm streaming in high def, it takes up a lot of my bandwidth. Even though I do have quite a powerful internet connection, it takes up a huge amount of bandwidth, and I'm wondering if we're getting some connection issues with Smart Co-Pilot because of that lack of bandwidth for Smart Co-Pilot. This is one of the reasons this is a recorded stream.
And come to think of it, what are you using Active Sky?
I do have Active Sky, but it's not actually on at the moment. I'm using just standard Explain Weather.
Well, I think we had trouble last time. So what say I take off, I go out of Active Sky and match in with just standard weather. It caused a problem last time.
Yeah, that's why I was just using Explain Weather. I didn't start Active Sky.
Okay, well I'll disconnect from Active Sky.
Okay. I haven't actually got any weather at the moment. It's not a cloud in the sky.
That's about right at the moment. And what I'll do is I'll go up to flight configuration and into weather and swap it over to what match real weather conditions. I think that's what.
Well, you should be getting weather from my side. I think.
What do I manually configure? A match real world condition.
No, I think Smart Copilot is trying to send my weather to you as well at the moment.
Oh, well, I'll just put match real world conditions and see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I'm getting a bit of staggering outside. It is stutters. I think that's weather related. I'm just watching it now. Maybe not as bad. I'll go outside. Bearable. I wonder whether that's another problem. Just make sure that both of us have exactly the same weather.
Yeah. Could be. There's a number of factors that could be at play. So far so good. We've almost reached top of climb.
Yep.
That's always a plus.
Well, it's easier to come down than to go up.
Oh yeah, what goes up must come down.
Are you going for a walk through the cabin, are you?
Not at this precise moment, I can do. I've got a little behind wing view looking out.
Now the old green banana is showing top of climb at pretty well at waypoint Rurock. Although it's coming back down now on my side.
Outside flyby. Oh, she looks good.
So now I've gone off active sky, you're going to have to find out what the QNH is in Brisbane.
I would generally just go off that PDF. You know that PDF you sent me?
Yeah.
It's further down in that, so I would look at that for Brisbane, showing again 1011.
And it'd be better to have a look what speed's going to be.
The other thing I think you can do is if you use that map screen in X-Plane, click on the airport.
Oh yeah.
And I think it shows you the METAR for what X-Plane's METAR should be.
Yeah, I haven't used that for quite a while actually. Well, with active sky, and I use a little nav map as like an EFB, electronic flight And also with your Abbey tab and all that.
Yeah, you can. We're not close enough yet to Brisbane, but once it comes up, you're able to click on the airport ICAO in there, and it will show. Well, it's just showing you then what the ICAO is in X-plane for that airport.
Okay, we've got a probably a VREF of 40 degrees and 133 knots. So make a 5 on that, that's 138. It's coming in a little bit fuzz, but wasn't the recommendation to not come in anything under 140, 145 knots. Yeah, we're cracking along now. We're doing our nearly 300. Have a look at our Mac reading, eh? We're doing a Mac 0.75. 289 knots. And we're just about on top of climb. That's smooth down outside. That's smooth down outside, by the way, for me.
Oh, good. We're starting to look like we almost might be able to fly this thing, you know. On autopilot.
Okay, we're coming up on cruise.
Are you hovering over that CR button waiting to press it?
Actually, no, I was just looking at the transponder goes to in for normal. Cabin pressure set, then that engine sync goes over either to N1 or N2. We won't have far to go before 10. Okay, there we go, we've leveled off, so we do go to cruise and down to N for normal, and then go engine sync to N. And while we're up here, why don't we what's the QNH in inches for Brisbane?
10.
No, that's hectopascals. We need it in inches.
Well, you can still use the same thing. It's on both sides of the dial.
Because we've got to set the overhead landing barometer.
So it'll be 2985.
2985, okay. That's about it. And I'd say the elevation of Brisbane's going to be pretty well zero because it's a pretty flat area. Let's have a look. It's only 12 feet, so we don't need to touch that. So we're set up there. Now if we look at our progress.
What's the ice on minus 18?
Yeah. There's no clouds around, so.
Yeah, no, I suppose we don't really need. So there's a little bit of cloud. I'm showing a little bit of cloud just in front of us, starting to show up.
And believe me, this time of the year.
Can you see the clouds?
Hang on.
Just some wisps, maybe, I don't know, 100 miles off ahead of us.
That's about it, yep.
So that does look like it's sinking the weather from mine. Turning the lights up.
Yeah, my, like I said, with this rotate, for some reason it could go really dark 1 minute and then
I had that problem and I'm sure you sent me a fix.
I did.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, okay.
You said to me, oh yeah, the cockpit's really dark, here's the cockpit fix. So
Oh no, that was an add-on someone did.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, my bad. Yeah, it doesn't change the cockpit, it just changes the little PFD, doesn't it?
That was it. Yep.
That's right.
So we got 129 nautical miles to top of the 10.
Phew, let's just hope it is top of descent and nothing more disastrous.
Oh, I'll just be glad to get down.
Yeah. Good to have a successful flight, well, semi-successful flight. And I might even manage to have captured it in a recording. It's not a live stream, but a recording. Perhaps that's what I have to do with the smart co-pilot ones. So I'll have to do pre-recording so that the bandwidth isn't
Right.
taken on one. I don't know. I'll have a little. Not sure. I'll have a little think. I mean, the alternative is smack. I've got a second PT here, so I mean, you can always just jump on a flight from Australia up here and come and fly on my second PC sitting next to me.
Yeah, why not? It's been a long time since I've been there, though.
What alternative? Have you got a second PC? I think you mentioned the other day.
Oh yeah, we've got about 3 or 4 lying around. I'll put you on the Atari.
Oh, thanks, mate. Is that with 120 gigabytes of RAM?
Well, I must do something about upgrading maybe next year. If Microsoft comes along, I'll be very surprised if
Really, Spags?
if you don't need a
recorded stream. You're going to bring this up, really?
yeah. No, I'm just saying I cannot imagine that you will get away with just a poor PC. From what I've seen, I think you're going to have to need something, a bit of a powerhouse.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. This is like the 6 months build up with your wife. Wifey, please. I need a new PC for the new flight simulator that's coming out. Honey,
Yeah.
please.
What's an Intel?
Yeah. Well, I always like, what was the, I just remember saw in I'm sure it, I can't remember if it was in CJ's channel or Avioman's channel. Someone posted, I think it might have been XP actually. The wife is sitting there, obviously going through the finances, and saying things like, XP11, such, all these dots and dashes and all this, like, and then the husband was saying, yeah, damn taxes and the IRS. I can't remember the exact things, but you kind of get the gist where it's like...
Yep. Well, it's better being XP11 than Flight Sim.
Yeah. Oh, geez, mine's just on Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Occasionally a bill. I've managed... I've completely got round the problem of not having to explain my financial situation to anybody by not actually having any partner.
It helps.
Yeah. It's all me.
No, but do you play the lotto over there?
No. I win every week by not playing.
Yeah, and what about the pools?
No. I don't even know if that still runs.
Well, it was when we were over there, but and it was out here. But I don't think too many people play the pools anymore over here. I think it's more lotto.
Yeah. Spot the ball. I remember growing up when I was a kid, my grandparents used to be. It was spot the ball and the pools. I used to get to play that.
With spot the balls, they used to, from what I remember, they used to blank out the ball, didn't they? They must have, back in those days, they would have had to redraw or do something. And then you had to guess where the ball was in relation to someone's foot that had kicked it, and put a cross as to where you thought the ball was.
Yeah, that's
And the closest would win X amount of money.
correct.
But you couldn't do that now because someone would see the pixelation that had been messed around, wouldn't they?
Well, that was partly the reason, as you were saying. The picture quality in newspapers at the time, the print quality was horrendous. So it was like you had these big blobs. The pictures were made up of tiny little dots, but those little dots were made up of 3 colours. So the picture, yeah, like you say, the picture quality back then was terrible. Whereas today, where you've got high quality, high definition photos, you could literally pinpoint almost exactly where the ball had been edited out.
Yes.
I don't know if you can still do it in newspaper quality print, but it was very easy to blot the ball out because the picture quality was so bad back then, and print quality.
Yeah, and I think now with the digital stuff, people can actually pick up where the pixels have been altered.
Yeah. But no, I'm not a big fan of gambling. I've learned my lesson, shall we say.
Yeah.
As my dad always said to me, the guy who owns the fruit machine, he's driving around in a Rolls Royce for a reason. It's not because those
Yes.
machines are paying out more than you put in them.
Yeah, and with lotto, for someone, a £10 million or $10 million winner, there's got to be a lot of other people who lose.
Oh yeah.
And I seem to be one of them.
I had a little, I enjoyed the game of Texas Hold'em poker, and obviously I think in the last few years, well, since Chris Moneymaker won the World Series of Poker probably 15 years ago now, that particular form of gambling, card gambling, has risen. It's had its rise and its fall, but I had a little spell of playing that. I really enjoyed the game, and because you're not playing against the house, you only ever play against other players. I felt it was a good way to spend my time. It was a good way to socialise, meet people who were also into Texas Hold'em poker. You could talk about about the game and not really spend a great deal of money. You can play for what you consider a little bit of pocket money. And it was a good form to meet people in the local area. So
I'll tell you the one thing I really dislike about people who win big money in the lotto, like, you know, wasn't there someone in the UK that's won 100? Yeah, I hate it when they say, "Oh, this is not going to change my life. I'm just going to go back to work." And I think to myself, you really are kidding yourself if you think that winning 50 million whatever dollars, pounds is not going to change your life. You'd have to be crazy. And the other thing I think is, well, if you don't want to change your life, why the hell did you buy a ticket?
yeah,
I mean, what's the point? Oh, well, so that you look after your family. Okay, I can understand that. But it really grinds me when they say, "Oh, I'm just going to go back to work because, you know, all my friends are there." And what they find out is they go back to work and their friends are looking at them and thinking, "You stingy bastard," you know?
it's an interesting. I hate the word juxtaposition, but all the time you're broke, you want to be rich. Or even all the time you're middle class, you want to be in the upper classes. However, and when you're there, if you've come from down, you don't transfer well.
No. You stick out like a sore thumb, yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen it before, where people have come from nothing and suddenly become well-to-do. I mean, you can see it in the film Titanic. They call them new money. There's what this term called old money in the UK. I'm sure you've heard the term old money.
Yep.
And then there's new money. And again, yeah, it's new money does not mix well with old money. And new money doesn't mix well with the poor.
Yeah.
So you end up in that horrible position as well, where you're not accepted by the rich, and you're not accepted by the poor, or you're loathed by the poor, should we say?
And I remember reading someone in the UK one, and just living in a normal village, see in the UK. And after he'd won his money and he'd walking down the street, all his friends and neighbours passed the other side of the street. They didn't want to be near him.
No.
And he apparently, I remember he had some sort of a white goods business in a place nearby. You're selling fridges and washing machines, and people were coming over wanting to buy a washing machine or something or other. Because they knew he'd won the lotto, they expected that he would sell it to them for a lot cheaper price. Just like that, you know. Well, you've won the lotto, you can afford to sell this at a cheaper price. So in the end, it drove him mad, and I think he had to move home because, you know, all of a sudden the people he knew for generations, you know, families, they hated him because he'd won money.
As I've seen from many. All the time I see it, money doesn't make you happy. If anything, money makes you more unhappy than anything. Some of the most poorest people on this planet I have seen have been the most happiest. I remember being in the Philippines when I was on a beach. Like what I would pay for I considered an exceptionally cheap dinner. Probably paid for these Filipino people for like a year. But I was so happy as well.
I'm bringing the altitude down to 10
Yeah.
because we're just about ready for proper descent. We're about 30, 40, let's have a look. 34 nautical miles, so all things being equal, this should descend by itself.
Without a crash landing, we should be there in what, about an hour? No, a bit less.
Less.
Half an hour. If that.
Yeah, it's not the best. Australia is one of those places where it's all the scenery has been forgotten.
Wasn't happy with it. I'm actually considering deleting all my thumbnails.
And another 20 or so to go. Yep.
Yeah, it's tanking. It's coming down very quickly in the new distance. I didn't realise that. Someone's been sneakily moving the range ring in. Obviously, you do it on your side, and it does it on my side as well. So
Yeah, but you're slaved. And the same thing with the FMS, you're slaved. Not like in the Zebo, you've got independent.
Yeah. Have you got any devices that interact with like the autopilot or the gear? You haven't bought anything or configured anything to interact with the autopilot at all, have you?
Nope.
It's weird. I don't understand why we had so many problems with the auto. I think. I don't know. So going back, I'm just rewinding back over the live stream we did earlier. I think as you were powering the aircraft up, and I said to you that my engines are not powering up, if we'd have stopped at that point, and you'd have shut the engine down on your side, and then me started the engine, I think we might have got out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm not sure, maybe you didn't hear me, but I was saying to you my engines are not started.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Because it sort of happened earlier here, but then when I stopped and then let you start the engine, it worked. So I'm just wondering, it's one of the things I do, I think back over what we could have done differently. Just wonder if that might have worked. Because at that point you were hosting, you were like the master, weren't you?
Yep.
So I think it was up to me to start the engine. That's how I do. Gotcha. Don't know, just think.
Well, let's watch this now. We're coming up.
Oh yeah, getting up
Pretty
front,
well.
isn't it? Cool.
Yep.
So we go back onto CR, climb.
Yep, yep.
Right, I've done that. Oh no, we don't do it yet, do we? Until we're on the actual.
I don't think it's going to matter, is it?
Well, we'll wait until. I think once you're in the actual descent, you do it.
I think it's just basically changes all your N1s and BGTs.
Yeah, I think you do it when you're in the actual descent. We've got a little bit of weather getting a bit closer to us out front. There's a little bit more off to our right, a little bit off to our left. Nothing really near us, but I just see a few wisps of clouds about. You got them as well?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, a little bit misty, but
Doesn't look like anything too major.
it hasn't decided to go down as yet.
Don't we have to command it?
No, it should have done it automatically. So what we do...
It's on altitude hold. Go to VNAV.
what we do is we go to descent and do descent direct.
Alright.
See what happens. I had this problem, yep, it would not go down.
Right, let's do VNAV descent. I've clicked VNAV and it's now gone into VNAV descent. Excellent. So I'll put it on
good.
climb. So it's on climb. And she's descending like a stone.
Okay. It should do that automatically. You shouldn't do anything.
I'm not sure how I didn't notice it get knocked into on hold. We'll keep an eye on the little FMS display panel, if you like. It's IIL idea.
Yeah, the EPR panel, I think they're called.
Right, okay, yeah, the EPR panel.
I think that's what you call it. Yeah, we're going down
Good
fairly
rate,
well.
Yeah.
Okay, what we do now is we put the transponder to below,
Correct, thank you.
and you can take off the engine sync to off, right up the top right hand side.
Engine sync to off.
Yep.
It is off, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
So we just monitor this descent down to about 10,000.
Yep.
What's our
Yes,
actual,
and the
do you want to do an approach briefing?
Yep. Well, we don't need to go into approach and landing checklist just yet because we're not close enough. Yes, so we'll be approaching runway 01 right at Brisbane, ILS approach. Frequencies are set, course is set.
The Smoker 8A arrival, is that right?
And that's it. Transition Glen. And our approach altitude, I think from Habitat is 2,500. Let's have a look at our go around. This approach we track 016, which is runway heading, and we climb to 3,000 feet as directed by ATC. So there's no holding pattern that I can see. Just rely on ATC. There's a major in and out. And we've set our decision height at 220 on the altimeter. And I've also put in their decision height in radio, which is 210, well it's actually should be 208, but on this we can only do increments of 10. And so the altimeter barrow is at 220.
Just double check the X checklist and see what the descent says.
We've done that. Yep, so the next one will be approach and landing.
10,000 feet, it's landing lights left and right, come on.
Yep, about 10,000 we can do the approach and landing checklist.
Do we want to continue down below 10,000? Do we want to set a lower altitude?
Yeah, 2,500 is the initial approach altitude.
2,000.
Not 25,000, 2,000.
2,500 set on the altitude.
Okay. Transition height will be 10,000.
I'm just looking at the FMC and we pick up Smoker at flight
And at dot gap we should be at 200 knots.
Yep.
And if we got to nudge it a little bit with the speed brake, we will.
I think she's going to be fine. How far we got to Smoker? We've got
14 nautical miles.
good. I think she's descending on Q. She is on VNAV Q. It says it's spot on.
Yeah, it's pretty good, this FMC.
And who's flying the approach? Me?
Well, toss you.
I don't mind.
Heads it's me. Heads it's me. Tails it's not you.
Do you want to request control?
No, you can bring it in. I've flown into this airport plenty of times, so you're a newbie. Let's see how good you do. And if you hit the Gateway Bridge, I'll disown you.
Okay. Coming into it. Looks like we're coming up on them clouds now. Looks like we're hitting a bit of
Yeah.
bank of clouds. There's quite a bit of clouds.
It'll be okay.
Not seeing anything on the weather radar. Flight 150.
She's coming down like an elevator.
She's not hanging about, is she?
Nope.
We're a little bit late on the descent though, but she's directly on that VNAV path thing shows exactly where we should be.
Yep, it's good. And it looks like our speed is starting to drop down. The Mach number's there. Have a look at the Mach number.
Yeah.
It's starting to come down.
We've got 272 set on the speed stroke Mach on the MCB.
Have we got any anti-ice on?
No, not new sun, have we?
No. No, they weren't put on. It's okay. Because it's now
Oh, it's plus
18 degrees outside. Yep, it's warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
For this side, yep.
Right, so there's Smoker. Pick up Smoker, and then we're going to Opcat, which is slowing down a bit here. Leveling off to slow down. Which I don't mind, just before 10,000.
Yep,
We
and
want
that's
to lower the
speed.
speed. Yeah, the speed's at 310 on the MCB. Lower that to 250.
No, you don't have to do that yet. It'll do it. It should come down itself.
What's the altitude at down? 12,700. I set that
Yep.
to.
No. 2,500.
Right, I'll go back to VNAV. Back on VNAV descent.
There she goes. Speed's coming down.
Going up again.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, should
That's-
hopefully level out a little bit from this descent.
We can help it a bit.
Okay, yeah. And
It set itself. You see, it set itself there to 230
yeah, probably
with the bug.
remembers.
With the bug. Yep. It'll come down pretty quickly.
Let's put the altitude back up to 1150. Why has it done that? Something's not right there. Keeps changing the altitude back to.
Does it?
Well, I just have to keep an eye on it for some reason. It's.
Well, you're going. The VNAV's showing up in the EPR there.
Maybe that's
Speed.
Maybe that was why she wanted to go back up. Perhaps I'm
Anyway,
descending
what-
too fast.
What we'll do is we'll go to 0 QNH of the barometer.
What we're supposed
Says-
to be at? Demo was supposed to be at 6,000.
Yeah, 250 knots, which we're at. So speed is good. Let's get some lights on here.
Yeah, good shout.
Okay, we can do our approach landing now. We can do mission switch to both. I'll do that.
So the landing lights left and right are on.
Yeah, hydraulic transfer pumps you can do too.
Hydraulic transfer pumps.
To on. Yeah, the bottom two. Our lights are on. The speed brake we won't arm yet because we might need it.
Right, we get gear down. I've got next.
No, we don't worry yet. You can put the auto brake select to 2. Don't arm it yet.
Oh, max.
Just well, not max. You don't need it max for here. I'm going to slow this baby down a bit.
Into the cloud.
Now what we can do is as we get down, you hit the FMS override button. That'll allow you the speed, but it should still maintain the normal descent rate.
Sorry, you're the FO. I'm flying.
Oh, okay. Don't listen to me. I don't care.
No, what was it? FMC override, right?
Yeah, FMS override, which means you can control the speed, but the vertical speed should remain the same as per the FMC, I believe. We're doing good.
Bang on course.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Yep.
2,500 next. She's held that.
So let's have a look at our speed. Okay, we can come back off the... Good. So we're matching our speed on the FMC. 230.
Coming up on 5,000. We need to set the locals set to 10112985. Cool.
Yep. Now we've got a fair way to go before we come Flynn and Glenn. So you know your cricket, don't you?
Cricket.
There's some waypoints on the other side. Dennis, Lily.
Okay. The batsman's holding.
Yeah.
What was it? The batsman's holding the batsman. No, the batsman's holding the bowler's willy.
And the waypoints on this side, if we were going to run, 19 left, is leaky boats sink. Because it goes over Moreton Bay. I suppose some smart ass thought of it.
So off to our left is a beautiful view of Brisbane, is it?
Yeah, we will. We'll be actually coming right over the CBD to land at runway 01, right? There is only one runway at the moment. Then they're actually constructing a parallel runway to the left. That's why they've already designated it 01 right.
Yeah.
It used to be just 01 before.
Sure.
And I'm going to set the heading to the runway heading, which is 16.
So we level off at
250.
Gorry at 2,500.
Yep. And that's when we can really start bringing the speeds down. Still, I think we should be at 230. Yep.
A fairly big left turn.
Yeah,
I'm quite all for throwing stuff out late, flaps and wheels out late.
Oh yes, definitely. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to set the bank angle to 30 for that, just in case that turn comes sharp. It's 1,000 to go.
So what time's wifey back? How long have you got after lunch?
Oh, what's it now? Probably just about an hour to go. But we'll be down, so we'll be down and we'll be landed in the next 15 minutes. So I can then go and have some lunch and you can go to bed.
Yeah, good idea.
So it's, geez, what are you? It's 3 o'clock, is it?
Nearly, quarter to 20 to 3, quarter to 3.
I am. Okay, once we get to Flynn, if I were you, I would hit that FMS override and then start bringing the speed back. And seeing you're the pilot flying, I'll look after the flaps.
So once I hit that FMS override, the throttles are with me. Is that what you're saying?
The throttle is, no, yeah, the speed's still auto throttle, but you just flick the speeds to what you want.
It's going to come to 185 at Flynn anyway, at Glen.
Yeah, it should.
So it's going to slow down anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I shouldn't need to. It'll drop to 185 in a second.
Yeah, and we'll go, first flaps will go at about 200.
Got one notch of flaps out already, don't we? Oh,
No, we don't. 220 we can put out one notch.
So past Flynn. Right. Speed's dropped to 185, excellent. So you reckon now if I hit FMS override, I'm in control?
Yes.
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll keep reducing.
Now we're going to take our first notch of flaps now.
Sounds good. Take that range in a little bit. Can we do like an ILS capture, localizer capture?
Yes, yes. Just watch your PFD. I'm going to take another notch of flaps at 200.
Should put some gear out.
Landing gear.
And we're going to now arm the speed brake. You won't need the speed brake. We can do this with flaps.
Right, it's armed anyway. Oh. It won't arm.
No, it won't arm until the flaps all.
Okay.
We're doing pretty good. So you controlling the speed now?
Yeah, I've brought it down to 180. I'll bring it down a little
Good. Yeah, 175 I think at Glen's the usual thing. And I'm going to take another notch of flaps now. She'll probably scream in a minute for wheels down.
What was our
which
VREF
I
for landing?
VREF, that's 138. It'd make a 140
Yeah, at least.
if the pilot says so. Okay, you're probably able to see Brisbane in front of you now.
Not quite. I'm a little on the right side, so I can't quite see it yet.
CBD will show up. And I'm going to put gear down.
Okay.
And it's all yours. Flaps all the way down.
Right, I'm going to switch autopilot off and I'm going to take over. Right, do you want to
Okay,
take
you
me?
can-
I'll just move it. I think it takes over, doesn't it?
Yep.
There you go.
Pilot.
Can you cancel me?
The what?
Oh no, it stopped anyway. Where's the runway? I can't see a runway yet.
Straight in front of you. Straight in front. You'll see the Gateway Bridge straight in front as well. You see it now?
Yeah.
Did you capture the ILS? No, you haven't yet. We're still a bit low, but that's okay. Head more to your left.
Right, innit?
No, left, according to me. Oh, no, you're okay. Once we get the, if you hit the ILS, I'll do that for you.
The autopilot's off at the moment.
We're still a bit down too much. Still a little bit too low. Capture. Keep that height. Just stay at that height if you can. It's just coming down now, but it's coming down now. Oh, you're on manual anyway. I should have realised that. It's all yours. You can see the runway now.
Yes, buddy.
It's all yours.
Are the throttles with me? They're not, are they?
Everything's with you.
I don't think the throttles are. The auto throttle's still on.
Is it?
I think so. Is the auto throttle on?
Okay. It's off now.
Okay. Thank you.
You can power it in anyway, you know that. Yep. And we should set our go around height to 3,000.
1,000.
Check. We've got a bit of a...
I have the shot on this localizer.
Well, yeah, you're a little bit high. But it's all yours.
Approaching 0, 1.
It's all yours anyway. Manual.
Yeah, it's all my bad flying, I know.
500.
Check.
400. 300.
Decision height soon.
Yeah. It's going to be a landing.
Minimums.
Landing.
Minimums.
Yeah.
Landing.
I'm going to watch it from outside.
100.
I can do that.
Lucky.
You got a good angle of attack on.
40.
Very good.
30.
Very good. Don't bring it up too high. Let it down.
Long landing. Long
Power off
landing.
now.
9,000 feet remaining.
Acceptable. Nose down. Reverse is on. Should have slowed down by now. What's going on?
Yeah, we're all right. We're getting there. It's quite heavy. 80 knots. Versus
4,000 remaining.
braking.
So you can steer it in. You can take it in.
Okay, no, buddy. Which way we're going? Left, aren't we?
This one.
Yeah. Do you want to get ready with all the landing lights and taxi lights and blah 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 blah? That good stuff.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, a very, 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 very shaky takeoff. I think the lesson learned is that whoever's in control has to fly the aircraft.
Yep.
Streaming may well cause some issues. The smart co-pilot will have to sort of figure it out. We're going right here, or left,
Just hang on a second. I'll just go
straight up.
straight ahead, then left.
All the clean up, flaps clean.
It's all done.
Couple more notches on the flaps for me.
Get the weather radar off. That's all. And we'll get this little baby going up.
The old APU, thank you.
You go to your left.
Going to carry on going down to the terminal, yeah?
Yeah, keep going. What you see in front is GA area.
Yeah, see, for some reason, now we're back on the ground. My EPR display is all flashing again.
Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. Although it should be flashing the red light, nothing.
Now it's
Well,
all
mine's
gone
okay.
out. Yeah, mine's all gone out now. I was
Oh,
doing
well,
like
it's
a
okay.
power test.
Yeah, that's what it's normally like, with just the red flashing.
Yeah. So I guess the strobe light can come off. We just go to position light.
Yep.
The strobe's on while we're on the ground. Do you want to take? Can we take this right or the next right? Next one, I think it is, isn't it?
Actually, go for this one.
You reckon?
Go for this one, yeah, and then just go straight over to the. And we'll see if she works. See if AutoGate works. I don't think it does. Like we're in a forgotten part of the world here when it comes. You can pick any of those along there.
Straight in. Number 10.
Yep, whatever you like.
No, 19 by the looks.
I usually go 20, but anyway.
Alright. We'll take your lucky 20. Who wants to film 19 anyway?
So where are you off to?
20.
Oh, that was back further.
Oh, was it? We'll go for 19 then.
Yeah, just go straight in along there. See, I don't even think there's a marshaller here.
No, I don't see anything. Taxi lights off.
Okay, we don't want to blind somebody who's there.
Oh, we already have.
Oh, it could be. Is that an auto in front?
No. I don't see one.
No, it doesn't look like it. Just a big black block. Oh, we came to the right gate area because there's quite a sign on the right there. Oh, there is auto. You see it?
No.
I do. I'll tell you when to stop. It says M88. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I thought it was. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Too far. Oh, forget it. That doesn't matter. You always get a bit. Oh, there you go. Parking brake is on.
Awesome, Captain. Awesome sauce. Can we actually make a flight?
In a manner of speaking, yeah.
A start to finish, we took off and have landed. How's about that?
Yeah. But you're going to leave the bad take out of it, aren't you? So you want to go back and have a look at your landing?
Yeah, can do. What do you want? Do you want to... Are we doing it?
You can do it.
Disconnected or
Well,
connected?
Well, it's, you can do it. I won't see it.
If we're connected in Smart Copilot, you will. Me moving the aircraft will drag you about, I think.
Oh, well, then disconnect from Smart Disconnect.
Has that moved you? Have you been dragged?
Yeah, it has, yeah. It
Right,
has,
well,
yeah.
hang on. Now, are you still seeing the landing?
Yes, I'm in the cockpit, yep.
So you can go outside and watch it.
I am.
So am I. Yeah, looks good. Looks like a good approach.
See the bridge?
Yeah, not really. My bridge is
We'll have a look at our...
the next plane bridge. I'm guessing you've got a bit of scenery here.
A bit of scenery, yeah.
Yes, mine's probably standard. Looks horrible. guessing you've got scenery for the airport as well then, because that's why you had auto gate and I didn't.
Yeah, but it's pretty poor stuff. It's pretty old.
It was all over you when they shot that localizer. Kept blowing through it. I blew through it on the left, then the right, then the left, then the right. Not the cleanest of approaches.
I lived in Brisbane for 25 years.
Oh, right.
Used to do a lot of sailing out there on the bay, you see. It's fairly shallow most of the way. They've had to do a lot of dredging for the bigger ships to come in up the river.
Yeah.
So you got your angle of attack. Well, you have good. If you can get that angle of attack like that, it usually means a good landing.
I was quite impressed with it. I missed the floated for a long way. Yeah, flared a bit early. Flared a little bit.
That was okay though. That was okay. Vertical speed -272.
Okay, their speed was 142. So
Actually, looking here, you don't have your speed brakes out. That's why you went all the way.
no, they were out. They were good for me. Show us out on mine.
Well, not on this.
It does seem to slow down quite slowly, this aircraft, for me. I think it's quite realistic. It doesn't like stop on a dime. Which I think I quite like that. Go back again. Flared a little bit too much.
It was all right. It was okay.
Probably should have powered back a little bit earlier. Flared a little bit. Made something less. Power that. Now. I've already had.
Yeah, but otherwise, I could see you got the angle spot on.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty impressed with that. I like the way those little things flick out on the back.
The buckets, yeah.
One more. So, yeah, power down slowly. Power down with the flare a little bit. Power down a little bit before the flare. So I'm too late. I'm well too late on the power.
Well, the passengers wouldn't have complained about that.
No. Right. We're in the stream. Thank you all, boys and girls, ladies and gents, for joining. This has been an excellent one from me and Spag. Hope to see you on the next one. From me, from Spag.
See ya.
See ya.